Apparently recording's in progress.
You've got to back yourself because there's not many other people that will.
We're going to kick off with a bit of a warm-up.
I didn't miss a gym session. I never missed training. I think that was just sort of in my DNA.
I'm not sure if that's because they thought I was Ed Sheeran, but yeah, no, they just kept shouting at me, be more rugby, be more rugby.
But Faf walks in with his World Cup medal,
Oh.
goes up behind Tom and puts his medal over his shoulder.
Oh,
Mate, absolute heartbreak.
Yeah, one for the purists.
yeah, mate. Nothing but flair in that game, I'm sure.
Yeah, people say stuff online that maybe shouldn't be said, and I mean, I'm not a big dog at all. There were some sort of comments that just stuck with me from what people put on Facebook or on Twitter, and I just screenshotted them, put them in a little folder on my phone, and then before that season at rugby, I'd have a little flick through. That would be enough to just fire me up.
If they have learned from that, and we as coaches, not just the kids, but us as coaches have learned from that and say, okay, well, what can we do differently next time about that? And they understand that. That to me that's as important as the win.
Going to do a local plug for Pizza Delight in Broadstone. They do buy one, get one free on Sundays for large pizzas, and that is exactly where I'm going after this.
Oh, there we go then. I should have stayed down in Dorset. That would be.
And you have to believe that you can do it, and you have to put yourself in the right positions to do it, because it's not just going to happen for you. Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in a day when it was the Five Nations.
Wow.
Thanks, Jay.
Learning to take a defeat is a massive learning curve. I think it's so important because the kids are not going to succeed in everything that they do the first time.
We're on these proper muddy pitches. The weather's cold and it's wet, and you've got some big men running at you every day.
Some big men.
Yeah, some big South African horrible blokes who want to cause some damage.
I think that competitive edge, will stay with me, sort of no matter what I do.
Where are you now, Barry?
I'm in bed.
You're in bed. Lovely. We'd love to see it, mate.
She was pretty ridiculous in her training. They talk about people being professional with, all that sort of thing. But I'd never say it to her face, but she took it to the next level, and it was quite impressive to sort of see.
The scoreline will take care of itself. Scoreline really doesn't matter. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. But if you give each of those kids their individual targets, they've won. And it doesn't matter actually what the score is. The win, like we said in the past, once you've got all those tactics and all those nitty-gritty bits together, the win will come. But it's the individual wins that you need to push.
I want to say 5, maybe. Am I wrong?
How many is it, Smacks? He said 6. Unlucky, James.
I'm on the chair.
That's £2 in the tin, please, mate.
Yeah.
What does rugby mean to you?
Friendships. There's guys here that are 700 years old, and they're still friends with guys that he used to play with 700 years ago, and they're still friends even now, and that's what matters in my book.
It's a different kind of bond, isn't it?
It sounds so cliche, but I mean, you can't help but say it sort of shaped the person I am.
What would you be, if it wasn't like for rugby, what would you be doing? And he was like, well, I'd like to think I'd be doing the same thing, but he couldn't imagine his life without rugby.
I don't really know what else to say apart from this. It's changed my life.
What do you hope young players get from rugby?
I hope that none of them say beating whoever in the final 16-0. I hope that no one says that, because that shouldn't. They can enjoy winning the final, I get that, but if they go into the detail of a trounce against someone when I scored 5 tries, I hope that no one takes that on board. Really do, because that won't help them throughout their life. That won't help.
I know it's going to sound really cliche, but probably just that never say die attitude, which I think rugby sort of instills in you. At no point is it over until someone says it's over.
You sort of just know if someone's a rugby boy or a rugby girl. They've just got that about them, that they just have got that sort of personality, and you can just tell by the way they carry themselves that they've been involved with a rugby club.
I think something which I will take is I'll take quite a few friends.
You don't have to go out every weekend and drink 50 pints and be ridiculous, but just having a chat.
You don't have to do that.
Well, you don't have to do it, but I mean,
Okay.
if you want to do it, it's
Why is
brilliant.
Every day's a school day, Jay. You know.
Yeah.
For our listeners that aren't on video and are only on audio, he's shown what I can describe as an awesome bit of carpet on the wall.
Well done. Well described. Well
Jane,
done.
Jane would like that.